WBAY TV, your first alert station. Action 2 News This Morning live stream starts now.
Good Monday morning. Welcome to our Action 2 News This Morning live stream. I'm Tammy Elliott. Emerson is off this morning. Hope you had a good weekend, and I know you're waking up thinking about the latest on that 3-year-old little boy missing in Two Rivers, Elijah Vue. We have been following this, and he's missing now since last Tuesday. You're looking at his picture and his description there, 45 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. Elijah also has a birthmark on his left knee, and they continue to ask for tips. The state tip line number there on your screen, 844-267-6648. Authorities have been following up on any tips that they get. And we have our Emily Roberts back out live in Two Rivers. Emily, you've been following this since Elijah first went missing. So where are you this morning, looking at the scene there behind you, and what do you know? What can you share with everyone?
Right, Tammy, you might have seen our Action 2 News team, multiple crews where I'm standing for multiple days, beginning last week when Elijah first went missing. So this is an apartment complex in the 3900 block of Mishicot Road. Now, police haven't confirmed that this is where Elijah went missing from, but it is the same block, the 3900 block. And this is where we have seen investigators. Last week I was out here and we could see the Department of Justice Division of Criminal Investigation bringing people in and out of the side of the building and then bringing them over to their crime scene response trucks. So this has been a very active area, and we know that no one is giving up hope in the search for Elijah. A spokesperson for Elijah's family says one person searching actually walked about 300 miles looking for the little boy. So these people are absolutely committed, and we have seen hundreds of folks going out in the woods, on the beaches, searching even the caves in the area, trying to find any sign of the 3-year-old. We know the Two Rivers Police Department posting online. The Door County and Green Bay dive teams, plus Wings of Hope and North Star Search and Rescue helped over the weekend. We have met so many people searching for Elijah. One of those people is Maria Wright, who says she is keeping an eye out for any sign. She has been all over the Two Rivers area looking for Elijah, and she says she's going to keep going until she finds something, hopefully Elijah safe.
I don't sleep because this is all that's on everybody's mind. You know, everybody's thinking, where could Elijah be?
You know, people have gotten tired and emotional. People are remaining positive. We have had some success in some possible findings that have been forwarded to law enforcement.
And Emily, you know, you can just see the T-shirts there, the signs, and they are just all out there. And I know you were saying this morning that the Vue family, their search group is going to take a break today. When is that next community search happening?
Well, there is so much love, so much hope for Elijah right now from both his family, friends, and people who have never met him. There's just an outpouring of support. So as you just mentioned, his family search group is taking a break today so that they can rest, regroup, come back tomorrow, recharged. I am waiting to hear back from the family spokesperson. There might be a location change for where their search headquarters is moving, but it will be at some point between 10 and 4 tomorrow. You can head to WBAY.com for the very latest on that location, those times, a contact number for the coordinator of the search so that you can make sure that you are able to help if you would like to try to bring Elijah home as quickly as possible, hopefully safe.
Emily, thank you so much for your reporting. And as you said, we'll continue to keep you updated on that. Something else that we're following in this case here, Elijah's mother, Katrina Bauer, and a co-defendant, Jesse Vang, are expected back in Manitowoc County Court this afternoon. Both remain in the Manitowoc County Jail. They are facing charges of child neglect. Court proceedings Friday revealed that Bauer, the mother who lives in Wisconsin Dells, took Elijah to Vang's house in Two Rivers to be disciplined. But details remain sealed by the court in this. Katrina Bauer's bond was set at $15,000 cash, and Vang's was set at $20,000. So we'll, of course, continue to follow that in court this afternoon. And again, here's Elijah's picture. and anything you know about him, any tip, anything that you think could possibly help authorities, they are asking you to share that. He is 3 feet tall, weighs 45 pounds, has brown hair and brown eyes. Elijah also has a birthmark on his left knee. And again, we'll continue to keep you updated. Emily is there, and as she learns any new details from, you know, that family search group or anything from authorities, we'll continue to follow up with that. All right, time now for a discussion about our weather with Chief Meteorologist Steve Balon. And boy, it was sure sunny and warm on Saturday. And let me dip in here and share the Manitowoc sunrise with you, Steve.
The warm glow behind you, Tammy.
Yes.
It's a nice start along Lake Michigan. It's a
chilly.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little cold. It's 25, but I mean, it is late February after all. We do have a little bit of a variety of temperatures across the area. To the north, it's colder, 17 in Ocano, 17 in Escanaba. We're at 26 in Green Bay, but in the Fox Valley, we're right around the freezing mark. There's not a lot of wind right now, just a light east breeze around 5 miles an hour, but the wind is really going to pick up in the next few hours, but it's kind of your friend, Tammy, because it's going to try to bring in more mild weather. We'll see a high of 54 with some cooler highs along the lakeshore. And other than a few passing clouds later this morning and around lunch, skies should be mainly sunny.
I want to give you a first alert update. Remember the big blizzard that we had? And my kids built this massive snowman in our backyard.
Did it finally disappear?
Like 6 feet tall, yes. It was down to about 4 or 5 inches over the weekend. It's totally gone in our backyard
totally
now.
gone, right?
No more snow.
I do want to back up here with temperatures like this, highs in the 50s, even hitting 60 out in central Wisconsin.
Wow,
60. Any 6-foot snowmen, they're just trembling in their boots right now. And really what's helping to warm us up is that wind out of the south. Some of the gusts this afternoon will be up around 30 miles an hour. Now, we are picking up some wind ahead of a storm. It's really going to cause some major changes with our temperatures. We're going to have record warmth tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, rain switching over to snow as temperatures basically just drop off the table. Look at the change from Tuesday into Wednesday.
Wow. We've seen a lot of that recently. Those, you know, ups and downs
Ups
in the
and
temperature.
downs. Maybe not quite as harsh as this.
Yeah, that's pretty significant.
That's a 40-degree
40.
temperature drop in just
Yeah.
a day. But you tend to find that as you get yourself into more of a springtime weather pattern. And really, this has been a wimpy winter. So this storm system is actually out towards Saskatchewan. It's producing some rain and snow in the Rockies. Behind it, there's a lot of cold air that's building out towards the western Canada. And that's going to swing on through, not tomorrow, but tomorrow night. So ahead of the storm, away from Lake Michigan, highs tomorrow will be in the 60s. Record warmth. What are you going to be doing tomorrow with 60s?
We're going to go out for a walk. I saw so many people on the Fox River Trail yesterday walking and biking. I mean, just all day.
Just soaking it all in.
Right.
And try to, because tomorrow night we go from the 60s all the way down into the teens.
Wow.
And as that strong cold front comes in, we'll have showers, maybe a thunderstorm, but then a switch over to some wet snow. Could see a slushy inch or less. What I'm most concerned about, though, is that if we have any moisture, any rain or melted snow on the wet roads, and then we have that crash in the temperatures, we could have a flash freeze early Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning, right now, the severe weather outlook is low, but this could climb. So that's something that bears some watching. Otherwise, we go back up later in the week. First Alert 7-day forecast has 52 on Friday, 62 on Saturday, 64 degrees on Sunday.
Spring-like temperatures there for our end of February. All right, and you were just mentioning traffic and that potential for Wednesday morning, and I know obviously Catherine heading over to First Alert Traffic talking with you. You're always keeping an eye on that.
Yeah, I mean, we thought maybe we were done, you know, wishful thinking, maybe we were done talking about snow and ice, but we're not. So definitely Wednesday morning, you're going to want to tune in, and we have First Alert DOT traffic cameras that can show us all around Northeast Wisconsin, and then the DOT has such great information about, you know, the sort of the level of slipperiness. They talk about slippery stretches or snow covered, or red means ice covered, and then black means impassable. We hope we don't get that again. But I wanted to show you this, Tammy. You can kind of see, this is De Pere, the west side of De Pere, and the camera lens is a little dirty here. And so it makes it difficult to see. And this, at this time of day, with the sun at this angle, this is what can happen to your windshield.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so, you know, we talk about wanting to have your headlights on, and, you know, you might think like, well, I can see it's pretty bright. but this helps the drivers coming the other direction see you. So you want to be sure to flip on your headlights on a morning like this.
So true. And some slippery spots this morning.
Yeah, we
some
do have,
areas.
Yeah, we do have a few, not like Steve's talking about for Wednesday morning, but Manitowoc County, 310 and I-43 and 42 between Two Creeks and Two Rivers are looking a little bit slippery. And then up in Door County as well, 42 and 57. So for folks who live in those areas, just something they want to keep in mind.
Okay, Catherine, thank you. I want to talk now with Aisha, the First Alert Safety Desk. This one is important if you have a teenager at home, and really talking about anxiety and depression. And you've talked a lot about that on the Safety Desk. And one thing you're learning is that more of these young people are using prescriptions.
Right. So it's either for depression or anxiety. They kind of go hand in hand, these studies that we've always mentioned with teens struggling with those mental health issues. So this is no surprise when we've seen the fact that they're also reaching for pills as well, and they need that. So this study, brand new overnight in the journal Pediatrics, it talks about the age group between 12 and 24, so it's pretty important that we talk about those young people who are dealing with this. And it says that anxiety and depression in that age group rose almost 64% more than normal. I should say the amount of prescriptions that they need. And the study that also says that it went up more than 130% for young women. So we've also talked about how girls are really struggling in these studies from what we've seen. So pretty alarming stuff, but I think the big part of this is that the experts who are authors of this study talk about how important it is to make sure that parents are looking at their teenagers, seeing their behaviors, are they struggling, and to maybe think about talking to your doctor to see if they do need medications. Not all kids need medications, but if you're noticing something different with them, their behavior, maybe their activities, they don't want to be as social, things like that, definitely talk to a counselor and definitely talk to a doctor.
Right, and I think there's been more discussion about it, you know, anxiety and depression, and talking about that, and that could be the result of more people addressing this, you know, more people looking for help.
Yeah,
and
super important.
Yeah. Okay, so something else, totally different subject that you talked about too.
Yes.
Our finances.
Yeah.
And some new information that was coming out about the amount of credit card debt.
Yeah, it's a huge thing. It's from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. It's about a 45-page thing with graphics.
Did a lot of
and
reading
all
this
sorts
morning?
A lot of numbers on there, but luckily there's been some resources to help me break it down a little bit, and it talks about how Americans have racked up $1 trillion. That's in just credit card debt. So the Federal Reserve of New York saying that it hit that. It's a new high, actually, from October through December. And so this morning talked a little bit more of those numbers, and the average household dealing with about $6,800 of credit card debt, another high. But some economists say that it's not anything to be too alarmed with. And in fact, a lot of people apparently have some high hopes for the economy moving forward. So it didn't seem like too scary of a report this time around, but I did think this is a good time to talk about what resources we have in our area with people who might be struggling. I know a lot of people are struggling. We have resources here in Northeast Wisconsin that could help you out with those financial resources, like Salvation Army, emergency services right on your screen here. We've got family services, they've got job and resume type of programs that they can help you out with. Outagamie County Health and Human Services. So the first thing you got to do is just look for those resources, because they're available, and a lot of the time they're free to maybe get a budget down, or if you need some sort of programming, some support, financial support, they're there to help too.
Budgeting is so important, and a lot of the credit cards now on their websites, they have where you can see your spending, where you break down, and then you can kind of go wants versus needs. Maybe take a look, at your own
and a lot
finances.
of people might be wondering, why did we do this at the Safety Desk? And we're going to continue talking about money, because we do know that it could affect your emotional, your physical health if you have money worries,
together,
right? Yeah, exactly.
So we appreciate that, and all those good resources.
Yeah.
All right, so before we go, something we thought was perfect to, I don't know, maybe make you hungry this morning.
It's so fun! Everyone here is so fun, and I thought that you can get more fun with the bakery, but you throw bacon in and it is a party for sure.
We just love her. That is Kelly Deem, and she won the 2024 Milwaukee Bacon Fest. Her team sizzled the competition against more than 30 other vendors, winning with their maple bacon pecan, however you say it, pie. There it is right there. And the glitter that's on top is edible. Didn't even know they had edible glitter. And so it was a tight race. Her team won by only half a point. Pretty impressive. She was the first time there, and she is now headed to the World Bacon Championship.
Yum.
We didn't even know there was such a thing. So isn't that great?
That like salty sweet mixture.
If you go there, can you get the smell of bacon out of your clothes if you're there?
If not, that's not a bad thing.
No, for you,
not too bad.
It's like when you make bacon in the house. You know how that is,
it just
right?
lasts for like 3 days.
It doesn't matter when.
Way
you
back
smell
when I used to do
hours
the
later.
weekend morning show, we had a story about bacon, and I said there is no situation in your life where bacon is a no. Bacon is always a yes, no matter what.
Unless you're vegan.
Yeah.
But you know what? If you're vegan, then you're just missing out on something so wonderful. Something so wonderful.
Not for everybody.
The biggest bacon fan at the desk.
Is there vegetarian bacon?
I'm sure there is. There's gotta be.
So there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. See, I
good.
found a little hole
Yeah,
in
you
your
did.
I
plot.
bet it doesn't have the same smell as the real
It's
stuff.
probably different.
Okay.
But now
so,
we're just hungry.
yeah, right. So we're going to get ready here for our on-air behind the scenes here. We're going to let you see what happens as we do during our live stream here. Appreciate you spending some time with us. And Catherine and Steve are going to get ready for Good Morning America for that update. It's coming up at 7:23.
We have to work. We can't eat bacon during the breaks.
Right. So we appreciate you spending some time with us. As you know, our Action 2 News team continuing to follow the very latest on Elijah Vue and the search effort, that massive search effort happening in Two Rivers. And we'll continue to follow that and bring you the very latest.